Hello guys, welcome back to another Disney Pixar Cars review. Today we'll be reviewing Brian Spark, the stock car for Leakless and Cars 3. So, I only just got this car a few days ago, and I have to say it looks absolutely stunning. Brian is my new favourite Cars 3 stock car. He probably would have been from the beginning if I got his diecast a lot sooner, because I wanted to see how he looked and everything in person and compare him to other Cars 3 stock cars that I really like Derd Frotterman and Floyd Morphill. And now, with some comparison, I can safely say that he is my favourite Cars 3 stock car. So, without further ado, let's get into the review. Before I start, I just want to say there were some complications getting this guy over the last few years. It all started in... I'll just get YouTube in the background here. Yeah, these are my other Leakless racers, Claude Scruggs and George New in his XRS form. I also have Disney Explore George Newin, but I decided not to pull him out because he's 5 scale, obviously. So, in 2018, the launchers were getting into stores. I saw Brian Spark's launcher, and I really wanted him. He looked absolutely stunning. But sadly, I was never able to get him. When my parents went back to the shop that I found him in to buy him for me for Christmas, which they told me about shortly after Christmas, he was gone. And I never saw Brian again. Eventually, I was able to pick up a launcher car. That being Floyd Morphill, who is my second favourite Cars 3 stock car. But wasn't able to find Brian again after that. And I thought I would never acquire him until Mattel re-released him. Now in Thailand, in the 2021 diecast line, in the same case as McQueen with Cones re-release. I think it's Pam Wheelbarrow, or is it Robert Jam Jones? I'm not sure. And McFast Fong. And yes, I do plan to get McFast Fong soon, but that'll be for another video. And also McQueen with Cone, but I'm gonna get his China version. So, without further ado, let's get into the review. So, Brian Spark appeared in Cars 3. He is the stock car for Leakless in Cars 3 and replaced the Cars 1 racer, Claude Scruggs. Who, we all know who Claude Scruggs is. He's a icon of the background Cars 1 racers, along with Aiken Axon, Winford, Bradford, Rutherford. Very iconic, very amazing stock car racer. Looks really nice. But I think Brian just pushes him out the water, and George Newin pushes Brian out the water. So, during the Next Gen takeover, Brian was actually one of the last Cars 3 stock cars to remain, and he lasted to the end of the 2016 Piston Cup racing season. Eventually, so he had quite a good career, in fact. Eventually, though, he was replaced by the Next Gen racer, George Newin, who I only have in Mattel form in his XRS release. So, Brian is a really cool stock car. I absolutely adore his yellow, the splodge and everything, his logos, his shade of yellow. He's just great. So without further ado, let's get into the review. As you can see, you've got this black splodge on him, which is like some oil splodge onto Brian. It's not really black per se, it's more of a brownish colour, but oh well. And of course you've got his grill and a nice smiling expression, which is different from his original release, as well as the eyes. They're a bit more close together. On the hood there, we have the leakless adult drip pans logo, which looks near identical to the original, the logo and everything. The font on the less is a bit different, but you know, adult drip pans. On the side, of course, you've got the Lightyear on the fender and his Lightyear tyres. His contingency sponsors are the Piston Cut, Violame, Revolting, RPM, Nitro Aid, Octane and Clutch Aid. 52 again with the little white patches, which is a different design on Claude altogether. And it continues onto the roof, which we'll get to later. The leakless logo again with some really nice other shade of yellow contrasting to this nice yellow again. And of course this really nice white patching with the black stripes. You've got the oil splodge with leakless and his spoiler. On the side you've got leakless adult drip pans 52 and his nice sights, and he really looks nice on the back as well. On the side it's a bit different. The patch is considerably different, it's smaller and doesn't continue onto the roof, and I got his 52, but otherwise it's the same. His roof has this really nice 52 with the splodge, which kind of resembles Claude's. Sorry about that, my video cut off, so I had to delete some files. Because, you know, storage reasons. But yeah, the 52 is kind of similar to Claude's. With the black thing and everything. Although it's slightly different. But yeah, Brian is an absolutely stunning